It may appear like being a millionaire is an unreachable goal. Even I thought it was something that would never happen to me. But as it turns out, being rich is far more common than you would think, and it is also possible if you have the correct mindset. In today's video, we'll look at signs that you could be rich one day. Let's get started. 1. You started making money as a kid. One thing that the wealthy have in common is that they began making money when they were very young. For example, Mark Cuban began selling rubbish bags door to door at the age of 12. Warren Buffett began selling gum to his neighbors at the age of 6. And Richard Branson began growing and selling budgies at the age of 11. You will most likely become a millionaire if you have this entrepreneurial drive as a youngster. This is because it is in your biological and psychological nature to always seek methods to improve your financial situation. 2. You have an action-oriented mentality. Are you the sort of person who spots an opportunity and immediately takes action to capitalize on it? Do you believe you can make your own luck? If yes, congratulations. It is this type of action-oriented attitude that will make you financially successful. Many people wait for the appropriate moment or the ideal mood. The problem is that this time never arrives, and they wait forever. There is no such thing as a perfect moment or setting. There are opportunities, and it is up to you to take advantage of them. Even if you have a brilliant idea, without the action, your idea is just that, an idea. 3. You are very ambitious. Was getting decent grades at school never enough for you? Did you always want to be the best at whatever you did? If you can answer yes to both questions, it's very likely that you will become rich. Millionaires have a tendency to always aim high. They are not satisfied with making just 1 million. They want to make 10. Those who aspire to succeed are usually always ahead of their deadlines and generally never delay in reaching their goals. Ambitious people are inspired by their excellence and hitting their goals, and this is one of the key factors that allow them to achieve their wealth. Those who do not admire success are generally not very ambitious. Ambition is like the big dreams we have in our heads that we want to turn into reality. It is a force that helps make decisions and tackle difficult paths. From this point of view, it can be considered a virtue because it foments the desire to improve. 4. You are able to live below your means. Another trait shared by all millionaires is the ability to live below their means. They don't gloat about their expensive possessions, but they drive practical vehicles, live in modest homes, and don't waste their money on unnecessary luxury items. Have you ever received a bonus at work, and your first idea is to spend it all in one evening at an expensive gourmet restaurant? Most people would consider this as a fantastic opportunity to splurge on something extravagant, but it's best to approach this money the same way you would your primary source of income. There is nothing wrong with spending money on pleasure, as long as you're observing moderation. However, the rest is better used effectively to pay back debts or replenish an investment portfolio. That's why the rich get richer. The rich buy assets, things that put money in their pockets. The poor, on the other hand, buy liabilities, expensive clothes, cars, and more. 5. You are open-minded. But what does that actually mean? A person who is open-minded is constantly open to fresh ideas and varied viewpoints or points of view. Being open-minded entails being prepared to listen to other people's ideas, even if they contradict our own. The next stage is to assess these proposals and decide whether to accept and adopt them or reject them. People who do not have an open mind are either not adaptable or are too afraid of change. They are afraid of what they do not understand. I am unable to modify my viewpoint and accept the views of others. They are, in other words, exceedingly closed or framed. You never know when a chance will present itself. If you don't even consider investing in chances that present themselves to you straight away, you may have missed the boat by the time you realize it's a smart idea. This is why the rich are always on the lookout for new ideas. It may be something they would not have considered in the past, but if they realize it may bring in some money, they are willing to adjust their beliefs. It is important not to impose restrictions. If you open your eyes to the world and the chances available to you, there are innumerable activities you can do and goals you can attain. As Warren Buffett once said, opportunities don't come often. Put out a bucket, not a thimble if it rains gold. 6. You are optimistic. How many people do you know who continually mourn themselves and always blame others? I bet they're not doing well economically, are they? Millionaires don't cry over spilt milk. They don't complain. They don't blame others. On the contrary, they accept challenges and look for ways to overcome them. As T. Harv Eker says, rich people believe that they can create their own life. The poor feel that life is simply something that happens. The optimist is able to look ahead and enjoys a better state of health than the average. And this is because he has self-esteem based on the belief that he can exercise significant and decisive control of the events that are part of his life. In the belief that he is decisive in the ability to manage his own life, the optimist mobilizes greater commitment and gives himself more merit in the successes recorded. Optimism is our natural inclination to see things in a more adaptive way because by deluding ourselves that we have a brighter future, we are less prone to anxiety and stress. My final thoughts are don't be dismayed if you haven't experienced some of these signs. You may study and grow in every area, even how to become rich. Remember, if you want anything, you have to battle for it. Success does not happen by luck, but rather as a consequence of hard effort and devotion.